pushing us towards just being better men. That's the rebrand. That's the whole goal. Laid it out for you. I think it's just time for me to execute.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the vlogs. Currently in Mount Maunganui, New Zealand, one of the beautiful parts of the world. Just come back here to visit family, mum, dad, brother. They all live over here now, and went back to Tukoro, which is my hometown, over the weekend, and just watched one of my best mates get married. Fun fact, I was actually there the day that him and his wife now hooked up. So we were like an intermediate, and they had a kiss, and back in the day, the boys used to go watch. Sounds weird now. But it's cool to see them get married like all these years later, and obviously got 5 beautiful kids now, so just grateful to be a part of that experience. It sort of made me reminisce about growing up in Tokyo. I'm grateful I grew up there. Probably there's times where a lot of people look at Tokyo with a negative opinion, and it can be rough, like growing up. Obviously a lot of small towns have gang affiliations down here, and it can be perceived as rough. But if you grew up in Toke, man, it was the best place to grow up. Always playing sports, always playing league or rugby or touch. There's always something on and something you can do. And some of the most beautiful people, like, they don't always have the most things, like they don't have much things, but what you got, you share, you know what I mean? Like, my hoodie's your hoodie, my boots are your boots, just anything along those lines. So I think it's good growing up in small towns. I think it helps you like grow up a bit quicker. My mum used to always say that good news travels fast and bad news travels faster. And I think with the inclusion of something like social media now, I think all that sort of stuff range true. Like, everyone's in everyone's business, and that's a good thing and also a bad thing. But I think you learn to grow up pretty quickly. Obviously, when you're a little bit younger in towns like those, like, even if you fuck around a bit, like, you're gonna have to have a fight. But no, it was a cool place to grow up, nice and small, cool community. Everyone used to look after each other. Food, junk food is amazing there. As soon as I go back there, I just eat and eat and eat. But yeah, sort of made me sort of super grateful to be there, just being back there, and just being with all my like high school mates, and just reminiscing and playing guitar, and being surrounded by culture, Māori culture, Samoan culture, Cook Island. I'm half Cook Island, so it's just good to be diving back into like the roots of your culture and also your hometown. But my parents live in the Mount now. If you don't know the Mount, it's basically, normally it's quite beautiful. I'll show you. So this is the Mount, typical New Zealand. Don't know what day you're going to get, but this is the Mount. There's like a beautiful beach down there normally, and then it's based around that mountain there, Mount Maunganui. Normally nice to walk up to. I was hoping I was going to get a nice sunrise today, but obviously New Zealand being New Zealand, a little bit overcast. But they live around here. So this is about an hour from my hometown. We used to come over here in summer as like high school kids and like go to parties and spend New Year's here, and obviously it was just fun to be around. But if you were to compare it to Aussie, it's like a really tiny version of the Gold Coast. It's just like a long beach, more of a coastal town, nowhere near as busy. Like, if you go from Palm Beach to Chugan with a bit of Burleigh in there, that's what it's like. It's like from Burleigh going to Palm Beach to Chugan, and then that's it. Like, it sort of cuts off there. So beautiful part of the world, but about to go for a run. So roughly 5:30 in the morning, 5:45 now. I'm just going to get it running. So I haven't trained in the past couple of days, but on that 5 to 9 buzz. Have signed up to the Gold Coast Marathon last night, so pumped for that. July the 2nd, never ran a marathon before, ran a half marathon this year without any training, got through that in like 2 hours, but everyone always says that marathon training is something like a little bit like different, and you have to properly train for it, so looking forward to that. So that's halfway through next year. Obviously want to knock off a couple more events throughout the year, but it's just good to be thinking and planning ahead. So obviously training every morning or training most mornings is something I'm trying to do at the moment, just because it helps me become a better person, and then do things that I love to do, which is mainly around business and travel. But yeah, just want to have some goals next year so you can tick them off and go. 2025 was the year, first year I ran a marathon. Then obviously try and get better with your marathon times, and not even to race anyone, just to like compete against yourself and work towards something. But Wanted to do high rocks in Brisbane. Never done a high rocks competition before either. But Normie's wedding's on that same weekend, so we won't be able to make it. But I'm trying to round all the boys up. Normie, Chico, one of our boys, Rooney, and a few of the Gold Coast boys that I'm friends with now, to all do the Goldie Marathon. Just that way so we can all train together and grow together. And have a beer together after, so that'll be good. But just about to go for a run around the mounts. Yeah, I was hoping to get some views this morning, but I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, we'll see you after the run. All right, goal today is we're just going to run like maybe 5-6 Ks, nothing crazy. Just keeping in that zone 2 pace, which for me is about 6 minutes, 5:45 clicks. But some pretty nice runs around there. You can obviously, I've ran, probably the longest I've ran is around here besides a half marathon. But if you start at the end of this street, come all the way down, which is a nice run along the beach, go around the bottom of the mount twice, and then back, that's about 15K. But yeah, see how we go. Just kind of want to tick the legs over, and then I get back into Gold Coast tomorrow, and then obviously get back into neighbourhood and do all that training as well. So currently running in Essex. Shout out Essex. Just keep the boys comfy. And yeah, let's get ready to run. All right, just finished up a bunch of work. Ended up running about 8 Ks. Took about 45 minutes, 46 minutes. So nice little run, just around the mountain a couple times. But my last day in New Zealand. So gonna duck off to the bakery for one last pie, one last jam donut. If you know, you know.
Taste of our lives, is it?
Yeah, pretty much. What's your most popular pie?
Pork belly and apple.
Fuck, pork belly. I live in Australia though, so I'm trying to get that one last steak and cheese in before I leave.
I do.
You'd go pork belly and apple over steak and cheese?
Steak and cheese is always a staple, isn't it?
Yeah, it's always...
You can't go past it, but depends if you're trying to up the ante.
If you're trying to level up, get the pork belly. Fuck, you're throwing me off here.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, alright, let's go. Got that donut in there too, staple growing up. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Chalky milk staple as a drink growing up. Jam donuts. I don't think these are as big in Australia, but I used to smash these all the time as a kid. But when I introduced people to them in Australia, they just think it's alright. But it's like literally the first thing I grab when I move home. Well, if you're from Toke, CFC, which is country fried chicken, that's the goat for us. We've got a thing called chips, cheese and mayo. So there's fried chips, and then cheese and mayo, and they wrap it up. And you get that with like raw fish on the side from our fish and chip shops. Elite. So normally I'm a steak and cheese type of guy. Obviously the evolutions of pies, they just get better and better. But I have got a pork belly and apple sauce. Grew up on pork roast as a kid, but that's how we go. That's different. In Nobbies, there's a place called Foster's Bakery next door to our food department. Pretty good bakery, but the thing about New Zealanders, you can literally go to any bakery and they all taste good. You know in Aussie, how you can get a pie or a coffee anywhere, and that's always good. You don't really have to hunt for them. That's what New Zealand's like. Fish and chip shops are mad, pies are mad, bakeries are mad. It's just the shit we grew up on.
Live up to expectations?
That was nice. It's different than I thought it was going to be. There's a bit more gravy in there.
Yeah.
It was yum, bro. Pork belly pie from the Upper Crust Bakery. Pretty good. Probably like a solid 8 out of 10 for me. And then... And last but not least, wash it down with chocolate milk. And then, yeah, go home and go to sleep.